You can of course play Anthem with friends, but going solo is also possible for most activities. I actually did that during my recent play session in Stockholm, where I got to play an alpha build of the game, and I'm actually able to show you that mission that I played alone right now. So let's do that in this video, and I also want to take a look at Fort Tarsus, the story hub, and how it opens up even more after doing main missions. You see footage of that here from IGN, so let's get into it. If you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. One of the things I really liked about my play session of Anthem were the conversations you will be having with your cipher. And he or she is the person who is in the fort giving you intel about the mission while you are in the world, like completing those objectives. I think all the first few missions you do in the game are with Owen, if I remember correctly, a pretty funny guy who doesn't take things too seriously. This especially comes clear after talking with him back in Fort Tarsus, where you can have a chat with these characters and learn more about them, and also have a chance to choose the way you want to interact with them. It will be interesting to see how deep these conversations will go in the full game. Still though, in the first few hours I played, it already gave me a connection to these characters that will hopefully be fun to maintain while fighting off bad guys. So at one point, after doing a few missions, I was asked to check on a sentinel, Bryn. And I sadly cannot show you the footage of meeting her at the fort, but I do have some audio like from during the mission, where you will hear that she can be pretty awkward.
Freelancer! Hello again. Sentinel Bryn here. Hi.
Hi again, Sentinel. How are you?
Fine. The Ark in space isn't far from your location. Keep an eye out for scars.
Will do. Since this is our first mission, maybe we should talk, get to know each other?
No, let's not. I'll let you know when you're close to the base.
Alright.
So of course, while you will be mostly fighting during the mission, having Bryn sometimes check in with new things for you to check out, and then hearing your character like interact with her is really cool. It makes the world of Anthem more believable as well. You get more of a feeling that you are indeed helping the fort and its people because you interact with someone who is still there and who needs your help. And I feel that you get this sense more when playing solo through these main story missions, because then you will be more focused on the conversations than when you're also talking with friends. I at least had that experience, since I did not really pay attention to the conversations between your character and the cipher in the first mission that I played, and that was likely because I was playing with other people and talking to them as well. But then later, when I went lone wolf style through these missions, going at my own pace, I actually listened to the conversations and enjoyed that quite a bit. And I feel that playing solo through these missions will help you enjoy the Fort Tarsus part of the game even more. This namely the single player hub, where you will be walking in first person and cannot see any other players. You can manage your gear here, learn more about the game, like the backstory of the different javelins, thanks to codex messages that are scattered across the map. But the big part is interacting with the characters there, and I think some of it is optional, while you of course need to speak with some characters to advance in the game. Either way, I totally believe that listening to the dialogue during the missions makes you care more about the characters in this game, and then you want to go and speak with these characters in the fort to learn more about their backstory. I really liked the final part of the preventative precautions mission that I was able to show you in this video. That again was the first mission with Bryn.
And, thank you, Freelancer. This was a huge help to the Sentinels and to the fort.
Nice working with you too.
Yes, well, maybe we'll work together again sometime. Maybe.
See you around, Bryn.
Oh sorry, yes, I really can't stand still in this game. Jumping is just too much fun. I was also excited. So yes, I really hope that I get to do a mission with her again, because I really liked her personality, and I kind of want to look her up in the fort now and maybe talk more with her to learn more about her backstory. And I actually had that with some other characters as well. Like, there's not much going on during these conversations, no camera cuts. Sometimes you of course have to pick one of the two answers. So yeah, the writing is really important, so hopefully BioWare does a good job of developing these characters over the course of the game. But yeah, what I can say is that during the first few hours I played, these characters at least felt more than your regular quest givers, and I actually was surprised by how much I liked it. But there's more to this Fort Tarsus. Like later on in the game, new areas in this big fort will open up, as demonstrated in an IGN first video. They note that a first blocked off area will be opened where we can meet new characters and find new collectibles. I especially liked the look of this bar, that should be fun to explore. By the way, it seems like we will be getting more Bryn missions after all, looking at this mission objective in the right corner of the IGN footage. Yes, please. So again, hard to say right now if the story and the interactions will be interesting throughout the whole game, but it at least left me wanting more, and I feel that that part is more enjoyed when playing solo. But yeah, hard to deny that the developers of Anthem want you teaming up with friends. I believe there's even an XP boost for doing so. In the IGN video, they also showed a bit of the alliance system that should give you weekly bonuses for playing with other people. And on the table next to that, we find some personal daily, weekly and monthly challenges, like killing enemies in a certain faction before the end of the week. That can also be, of course, done solo. For this particular weekly mission, we have to do the world events as well, though, that you can find in the free play section of the game, where you can just explore the world of Anthem freely. So I think that you likely need more people to take out some of these world event bosses, but you can of course just go into the free play solo and then team up with other players to then complete these events. I tend to go solo in these types of games first, so I can really like explore the game at my own pace and then join up with friends later, and I think you will be able to do that in Anthem. Will of course be interesting to see how the end game will be, and if it requires you to team up with people, or if you can just do missions on the highest difficulty alone to still get some of the best gear. There will be matchmaking though for all the activities in the game, as was already confirmed, so you can always team up with randoms if you have to. We still don't know everything regarding the end game of Anthem, but we should hear more about that soon. Going back to the things I actually played the early part of the game, because one of my critiques I mentioned in my previous video was the lack of variety in those early missions. And while the conversations with the characters during those missions will help, it will in the end not really impact your enjoyment if the game throws the same activity at you all the time. And that's where I think that playing with friends is more fun if the activities indeed tend to be repetitive. Again, only played a few hours and hope that they do cool things to change it up in the future missions. So in this new mission I already showed you a lot of gameplay of in this video. There was actually a change of pace at the end, when I actually had to recover some fragments by following an indicator on top of the screen. I had to do that because otherwise the enemies would keep coming. So yes, I had to retrieve 3 things and then bring it to the relic so the enemies stopped spawning. But yeah, apart from that and like investigating some areas, it was mostly fighting off the Scar enemies. And as you see, I was playing as a red interceptor, likely my main javelin for the full game as well, thanks to the focus on melee attacks. And the insane speed is awesome as well, like being able to jump, fly and then get back on the ground. Really nice. I actually loved the Ref Strike ability as well, where I could send a ghost of myself that would then deal damage to up to 3 targets. Pretty nice against smaller enemies that would then instantly die, but it was also fun to do this on higher health enemies that then also took a ton of damage. There were also the shield wearing enemies that could absorb a lot of damage but could not resist my cluster mine ability that would instantly detonate on contact, and since it was a pretty big enemy, it instantly did a lot of damage, so really good stuff. Yes, the gameplay is a ton of fun in this game, really can't wait to try out the other javelins as well. Did actually try the Ranger 2 and I got some gameplay of that coming as well for my Stockholm trip, so keep an eye out for that. But more importantly is that next week you will be able to try the game as well. There will namely be a VIP demo for everyone who pre-ordered the game or got EA access on Xbox One or Origin access on PC. If you don't have that or don't want to pre-order yet, I totally get that, then you can still try the game in a demo that will be available for everyone the week after, so starting February 1st. So yes, if you like what you see, then I totally recommend that you at least try the game before release. I mean, why not? I will cover the game here on the channel as we get closer to launch and do some tips and tricks videos when the demo is out as well, so you can make the most out of it. I'm curious how much builds we can already make, like in the demo, how much gear is available, since obviously it should just be a small part of the game that we can play before launch. Should at least give you a good taste of what the gameplay will be like. They already noted that in the demo you will get a lot of coins to spend on cosmetics as well, something that you need to work harder for in the main game. It's just to already give you a sense of how the cosmetic system works. And we already got some teases at cool armors that you can get in the This Is Anthem video that was recently released. And also while playing the game in Stockholm, I could already buy some cool cosmetic items that I sadly could not show to you. Trust me, I tried for sure. That will change when the demo is live, and I will also be streaming it, by the way. That's at least the plan for now. So totally subscribe for more on Anthem as we near the release, and of course beyond. Like this video to support the channel. Check out my recent video on my full impressions after 5 hours of playing the game, or my video showcasing the gear and loadout system, and how it might be deeper than you think right now. That's really one of the things that got me excited for this game. So for now, I will say goodbye. More Anthem videos coming your way. So yes, good times and goodbye.